Hey guys, today's video is gonna be about the best products of the year. I made a list of everything that I've been loving this year. I really tried to limit the products that I'm talking about to pick out the things that I actually use the most and that I've been loving throughout the entire year. So this video is gonna be another long video. I feel like most of my videos are pretty long, but I hope you guys will enjoy it, and let's get started with the video. So let me pull out my list. I'll first talk about the makeup products, and the first category is the primer. Like, to be honest, most of the time I skip primer because I usually moisturize my skin pretty well, and I don't like pore filling primer anyway, so to me, most hydrating primer is just like my moisturizer. I don't feel the need to put on an extra layer, so most of the time I do skip primer, but I do have a primer that I found out that I really like, which is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I like that it is in a squeezy tube so I can get every single drop of product out from here. This primer is a really good illuminating primer that hydrates my face, and it has a really nice healthy glow. It's not glittery, but it leaves a really nice sheen on your face, and it makes my makeup last better. So yeah, I really do enjoy it, and the effect that it gives my skin is really pretty. So I do love this primer. Next is concealer. So I picked out an under eye concealer and also a face concealer. My pick for the best under eye concealer is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm not sure if I talked about this last year, but this is an amazing concealer. It is really hydrating and it covers really well. As a hydrating concealer, it has really good coverage, so really amazing. I try to go for products faster because I don't want you guys to sit here for 2 hours. My favorite spot concealer for 2018 is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. I didn't include a Shape Tape because it is such an oldie, everyone knows about it, and I bought a backup as well. I really like the concealer. The only issue that I've had with the Tarte Shape Tape is that it's a little too thick for some of my makeup looks. I want something that has decent coverage but not as thick, and I found this. This lasts really well on my face, and in summertime I can use this underneath my eyes as well. It covers well, not as high coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape. If the Tarte Shape Tape is like 100% coverage, this will be like maybe a 90 for my spots. I really like it. It's much thinner and it's not as drying, so I really do love this concealer. It's amazing. I love it. And then is powder. Both powder that I'm going to talk about are from Maybelline. The first powder that I want to talk about is the Maybelline Fit Me Set+Smooth powder in 110. This is my favorite under eye setting powder. It's so smooth and it's not drying at all. Like, one of the problems that I ran into with a lot of powders for under eyes is that they're too drying and it makes my under eyes super dry. This one sets the concealer in place, but it doesn't mattify my face because I have really dry skin. I don't really like mattifying powder that much. It looks really natural on your skin, and it sets your makeup really well. So I do really like it. And then the next powder that I'm gonna talk about is the loose powder from the same range. It is a lot more mattifying. It is not completely matte. It leaves a pretty nice natural finish on my face. But I use this powder mainly in summertime because it sets my makeup in place so well. I don't really have to touch up throughout the entire day. This powder makes it last really well throughout the hot, humid summer days. So I really like it, and it's really finely milled as a drugstore powder. And yeah, it's not too drying for my dry skin, but at the same time it makes my makeup last really well. So maybe if you have normal to oily skin, you will still love it. Yeah, amazing powder, love it, and affordable. And then moving on to contour and bronzer. For my nose contour, my favorite one is the MAC eyeshadow in Wedge. A lot of people like the shade Omega for their nose contour because it's a lighter and more cool tone shade, but I feel like that one will look pretty obvious because it is a little too cool tone. So it doesn't really match well with my warm undertones. But the shade Wedge is more neutral and it's slightly darker than the Omega, and yeah, it's one of the perfect nose contouring shade for me, and I have already hit pan on this one. This is one of my favorite nose contouring shade. To talk about contouring my face or bronzing up my face, my favorite is still the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzer in the collection. The smell is still really strong. I don't like the scent at all, but it's a really natural looking bronzer on your face. The color is so perfect. This is just the original bronzer shade. It is not shimmery, but it is not matte either. It's like somewhere in between. It leaves a pretty nice healthy sheen, but it's not obvious, so you can totally use it as a contour without any problem. So next, what is the next product? Next is eyeshadows. I was pretty surprised how easy it was for me to pick out the palettes. I actually have two palettes here, both from Colourpop. The first one is a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This is the Dream Street palette. This is just a palette that is really easy for me to use because it has all my essential shades. The first two shades here are the ones that I use the most, which is Shooting Star and Magical. And then the next one is a huge surprise for me because when I first got it, I actually did a video on it that I said I don't really see a point in getting this palette. Now I have to take it back. As long as you find the right way to use this palette is really good to match with other palettes. This is the Golden State of Mind palette. I'm not sure if they still sell it. The one shade that I'm so obsessed with is the bronzier shade here. This is in the shade Sparkler, I think. Yeah, this is an amazing shimmery eyeshadow. Most of the shades here, if you apply with your finger on top of your eyeshadow, it creates a really wet sheen on your eyes. So this palette, if you're like a glitter lover, I highly recommend this palette. The next category is glitter because I'm a huge glitter lover, so I can't skip glitter. The first glitter that I pick out is the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Frog. It is such an amazing magical shade. It is a purpley based eyeshadow. I'll see if I can swatch it for you guys right now. It is such an amazing shade if you're doing a pinky or purpley eyeshadow look. It's so reflective and it has like a lavender purple hint, and then the glitter in it is like blue, purple, pink, and silver. It looks so magical on the eyelid. I love this shade so much. And the next glitter that I really like is the Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow eyeshadow from Stila. This is still one of my favorite. It's amazing. This is in the shade Kitten Karma. It is the shade that I use the most because it is like a champagne-y shade that I feel like it goes well with a lot of different eye makeup looks. I'm pretty sure I included this in my last favorite, like in my last yearly favorite. Yeah, this is still one of my favorite. Okay, for mascara, my favorite is a rediscovery, which is the Heroine Make Long and Curl Mascara Waterproof. I bought their new Advanced Film ones. I don't like them as much because they don't hold the curls as well. But this is a really nice mascara to hold your curl, and it also lasts really well throughout the day because it's waterproof. I usually like waterproof mascara better, but this one makes your lashes look really long and pretty. Even their volume and curl is really nice too. Heroine Make is always a safe choice, especially for my Asian lashes. The next one is for sure a cheat because I bought it last month. This is the Nars Climax mascara. This has quickly become one of my favorite mascara because it leaves my lashes so fluttery, but it doesn't leave my lashes crunchy. So I really like it. It looks really fluttery and your lashes just look so amazing. It adds so much volume to my lashes, but it doesn't make my lashes drop. If you like those wispy, fluttery lashes, this is an amazing one that you have to try. Next category is blush. This is the category that I couldn't control myself. I got 4 to talk about. This is the Toasted Cinnamon from Burt's Bee. This blush is a really nice summery color because it adds a little bit of a sun-kissed look to your face. It is like a really warm orangey shade. It looks really natural on your skin. It doesn't sit on top of your skin. You know, some really powdery blushes tend to only sit on top of your skin instead of blending into your base product. This one is not like that. This one blends in really well with your makeup and it leaves a really nice warm flush on your cheeks. This is a really nice summer blush. I love it. Moving on, the next one is the Nars blush in Madly. I finally bought it when I was in Singapore. This is the blush that I use on my cheeks and also a little bit as my eyeshadow today. It is such a nice warm peachy color but a little bit more brownish. It's really hard to explain. When you look at the pan, it's like a really typical blush color, but when you blend it onto your cheeks and even use it as eyeshadows, it's such a pretty muted peachy color. So I really like it, and Nars blushes are always really good. So the next one that I have to talk about is the Clinique Nude Pop blush. I don't know why, but this one broke. This one like completely fell out of the pan. Nude Pop is one of the shades that I like the most from all the Clinique cheek pops because this is the most natural looking color that I can pair well with all kind of makeup look. All the Clinique cheek pop will leave a really nice sheen on your face. It is not like super highlighty, but it leaves a really healthy glow to your cheeks. So I really like them. The last one is from a brand called JudyDoll. It's a Chinese brand and I got their blush in the shade 06. It's a really nice muted like apricot kind of color. It is such an amazing blush because it is a really pretty color and it lasts so well on your cheek. After blushes, it's time for highlighter. I picked out 2 highlighters. The first one is the Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in the shade On the Cusp, which is the Zodiac collection with Kathleen Lights. It is a really nice peachy color. As a highlighter, it's not exactly like a champagne-y color. It is a little bit more pinkier, a little bit more like peachy, but it looks really nice on your skin. If you're having a warmer makeup look, it looks really natural. It is a really intense highlighter. The formula of Colourpop Super Shock highlighter is really good because it is really creamy. It blends into your makeup really well and still it provides a really blinding highlight. The next one is a cream highlighter, which is the Spotlight Glow Stick from Marc Jacobs. It is the only cream highlighter that I've ever liked because the glow is really nice and it creates a wet glow on your cheeks, which is the type of glow that I like. Okay, and then the lips category. Surprisingly, it wasn't that hard. First, I want to talk about the 2 lipsticks. I have a huge obsession with red lips, so I'm always on the hunt for the next best red lipstick. My favorite one for the year is for sure the Colourpop Luxe lipstick in the shade Liquid Courage. It's such a nice cherry red color. Like, it's really smooth on the lips, and also the formula is really great and it's really affordable and the color is amazing. And then the next one that I have to talk about, I'm not sure if I put this in my last yearly favorite, which is the MAC lipstick in the shade Chili. This is still my favorite red lipstick ever. This is like a more orangey red color. It literally looks like chili. It has like an orangey hint to it, but it is mostly still red. If I will ever use up a red lipstick, or if I ever use up any lip products, it would be this one because I use this so often when I don't know what to put on my lips. The last lip product that I really like is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. This is the original shade. I love this so much. The only thing that I hate about it is the scent. I don't really like the scent. It smells so fruity and sweet, but the color is really nice and it creates a really juicy lip. It is not a sticky gloss either, so I really like it. Especially if you put it on top of a nude lipstick, it looks amazing. Okay, here comes the last kind of like makeup product. It's a setting spray. The setting spray that I picked out is the Scandinavia the makeup finishing spray, the bridal one. I'm not sure if there's any difference between all those between all these setting spray, but I picked out the bridal one. Because in the fall and winter time I don't like to use powder, so I need something to set my makeup. This one truly sets my makeup because I can totally see a difference when I'm using this versus when I'm not using it. So it sets my makeup but without that powdery look. So it does its job at setting your makeup. It is amazing.